when the waitress takes your plate and there were still fries on it. Give it back. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Guys, let me tell you, I got back from a convention the day that I am recording this, so I'm a little bit frazzled. I apologize from the deepest, darkest depths of my horrible, inky black soul if I just seem a little weird. A little weirder than normal, that is. I know I'm very strange and silly and goofy all the time, but if I'm especially silly, crazy, goofy, that's why. I'm just tired. It's been a long day of driving to Denver and back, all that fun stuff. But it was good. It was good. If you're curious as to where I was, I went to Denver to be a part of a panel regarding mascot horror. I got to meet quite a few of you fans, actually, of EmKay, and it was a fantastic experience, and now I'm hooked. I'm addicted to panels, folks. If you ever want to see people like myself, or Zach, or Damien, or any other voice actors, writers, video makers, animators, whatever, at a local convention near you, express interest in having us as guests to the actual convention. Apparently that might work. But that's not why I'm here today. Now it's time for me to clock in and lock in. When you were just flirting, but things went too far, I feel like you should have realized that a little while ago, ma'am. Ireland's president looks like Danny DeVito playing Bernie Sanders. Girls after using $37,000 in hair products. Guys after washing their hair with a bar of soap. No. Let's get this right out in the open. No. What I should explain? Okay. Look, some guys have it this lucky. You know, some guys are lucky enough to be able to just dove the hell out of every nook and cranny of their body, hair included, and be good. But I feel like any guy worth his salt will tell you, if he's got a serious flowing mane, no, you do have to take care of it. It is hair at the end of the day. You still have to take care of that shit. Not saying these guys don't exist. I do doubt that girls are using $37,000 worth of hair product. I've known women in the past, at least 3, you know, and the only thing they used that I didn't was conditioner. I used conditioner when I had long hair. I don't use it really at all anymore. But anyway, no, the fellas know, the fellas understand, you still gotta take care of your luscious locks. 70% is considered mid. 50% is mid. Well, yeah, 50% is legitimately the middle. It is the precise middle. But does the middle not have some kind of a give? You know what I mean? Like, not in 70% is not part of the wiggle room, but, you know, what would it be like, give or take 5-10% or something like that maybe would be somewhat in the middle. Not exactly 50% every time, obviously, but I don't know. I'm not a fence sitter, you know that, but when it comes to sitting in the middle, maybe I am. I'm a centrist for being in the center. When a car lets me go so I hit this move, damn straight. I had a very awkward moment in a parking garage today where they let me go, and I did that thing where I tried to let them go, which I shouldn't do, by the way. If someone stops for you, pedestrian or otherwise, don't go, no, just take it. They gave you the out, just take it, all right? You're making it weird. You're making everybody sit here for longer, just go. Don't do what I did, okay? And after your experience getting lost in the back rooms of the Sheraton in downtown Denver, do not be that guy, okay? Just take the gesture and get on with your life so that they can get on with their lives. I'm freaking crying. Look at this guy from my best friend's Tinder. His name is Harry. Damn, are you even real? Real and transgender. What's transgender? Google. Oh, so it's like a search engine. Oh, man. Oh, that's the most precious motherfucker in the world. Hopefully when he gets the real answer, he's not an asshole about it or a piece of shit, because that would be annoying. This seems like one of the most precious people in the world. Genuinely. I would love this dude. This dude cracks me up. Again, you know, call me what you will, but I hope that he's not a jerk once he actually realizes what you did indeed tell him to do, you know. Anyway, EmKay says trans rights. Let's move on. Me, automatically translated video on YouTube. Oh, wait, is it something recently was going on? Is it the AI dubs that YouTube is implementing for other languages? Like if you hit a button, it'll be my voice, but speaking a different language, and it sounds like shit and something none of us consented to happening, but YouTube, you know, I don't get it. I'm sorry. Let's just stop here for a minute. YouTube, Hey, what's up, guys? Hi, it's me, Robin A. EmKay, Mr. EmKay, one of the guys, one of the trio, right? Cool, and now that we got that out of the way, introductions or whatever. Why do you think you get to go, hey, you know what? Let's garner some goodwill by saying we're not going to monetize AI-generated garbage that will flood and destroy our platform. Amazing W, fantastic choice, and then flip right the around and continue implementing your own generative dumpster especially without anybody's permission whatsoever, or making these features like opt-in by default, which is incredibly annoying. These should not be opt-in. It should not be a feature that I have to go and turn off and say no to. Get rid of those sharpening filters on shorts. They look like stupid shit. They're bad, okay? We know what they're for. We know at the end of the day, they are there because you want to be able to upload and compress way more because YouTube's probably running out of space. They want to compress way more while adding a sharpening filter to make it still look like it's 720p, 1080p, 4K. That's what they're doing. I'm pretty confident in that. But taking my voice or anybody else's voices to create AI dubs that none of us said okay to in any way, shape, or form, if that is indeed what this is in reference to, I don't know. I'm just projecting and mad at YouTube right now because I hate this shit. If that is indeed what's going on, go f yourself. None of us said yes to this. Least of all, me, all right? I said yes the least out of anybody, okay? And I'm very humble. Average male group chat. Hey, everyone, team meeting tomorrow at 6 a.m. Okay. Hector. Okay. I guess, is this actually an average male group chat or what? I'm confused. I'm not really in any group chats. I don't like them, I'm not a fan of group chats. I barely like Discord servers, okay? Barely. But is this actually it? Because I feel like the ladies be doing this stupid too. Probably more than we do, if I'm being honest. When I catch myself looking at my friend's boobs. No, don't go to horny jail. Stop doing that. What do you mean catch yourself, dog? That's just you being inappropriate and gross. Unless you have that type of friendship where that's okay, which you might, maybe. I don't know you. And stop that. This isn't, oops, I just caught myself. Let me bunk myself and go to the horny jail. Like, dog, no. You're being a gross little freak bag. Stop it, okay? Stop it. Get your ass up back in your pants and, go to work, all right? When you buy a cheap power bank and your phone starts charging the power bank, don't buy cheap batteries. Look, on occasion, I am personally okay with it. I actually just bought a replacement battery for a 1996 JVC VHS compact camcorder, right? And it's pretty well built, honestly, really weird company name and all that. But the main reason I say that don't do it in general for other stuff is, I just don't trust a lot. I'm trusting this because I don't really have any other options. Either it's this or this camera has to be plugged into the wall forever. I just get a little worried about batteries these days because if they're cheap and you might burn your fucking house down. Dress up like dominoes, they said. I don't see a problem. Look, just because you went a different direction doesn't mean you're wrong, okay? You did indeed do it. Unless, for whatever reason, you are insisting that you're a slice of Pizza Hut pizza or Papa John's or something like that. Which would be weird, because then you're being a smartass. Okay, now you're just not fitting in so that you can really stand out. And do you really want to be that woman? Do you really? The one that no one wants to invite to another costume party ever again because you're a smartass and never takes it seriously. Take it seriously! God, what is wrong with you? When a man tells a woman to calm down, every cell in her body be like, No, this is not when a man tells a woman to calm down. This is any time you are showing a flood of emotion and anyone tells you to calm down. Doesn't matter who you are, all right? I'm not doing that whole, the ladies get so emotional thing. Like, dude, men kill people, all right? Well, let's be real about this, okay? You tell a guy to calm down, he'll try to break your legs for some reason, all right? Sure, she might get more pissed off and start screaming at you, but I'd rather have someone yelling at me and just more mad at me in general than a guy who's trying to now beat me up because I told him to calm down, all right? Has that ever worked on anyone in the history of humanity? Has saying, whoa, buddy, calm down. Okay, maybe not like that. That's the dorkiest way you could say it. But in general, has that worked on you? Let us know in the comments down below, actually. Has someone ever told you to calm down and had that work in their favor? Or does it do what it does to everybody and just piss you off more? 6'4" men from Brussels. Do you speak my language? A Vegemite sandwich. Yeah, that dude didn't exactly... That's not how I would have expected that conversation to go. Just big, tall guy. A guy that's an inch taller than I am, roughly, right? Hey man, you speak my language? Hands me a sandwich, but it's a Vegemite sandwich. Now, I have heard, speaking of Vegemite, do we have any Aussies in the chat? Do we? Any Aussies down there? Aussies? Whatever, however you pronounce it. You guys got mad at me for pronouncing it Australia, and then you got mad at me for pronouncing it Australia, so I don't know what the to call it. Anyway, Vegemite. Let's talk about it very briefly, okay? You guys say to use a very thin spread, right? Americans will always come down there and splork it on like they do peanut butter or something, which is wrong. But I don't know. Is a healthy, hearty serving of Vegemite the way to go? I need to try this crap, man, but I refuse to order it and get it here in the United States. I have to visit Australia. I need to try it in the land of the veggie and the home of the roux. I don't know. I can't think of anything cute to say there. The home of the roux. There it is. I don't know. I got to try it down there. Okay, maybe I'll finally find a month or something to go and visit. I say a month because it's going to take at least 2 weeks to get there and 2 weeks to get back. So I'll have like an hour in Sydney or wherever it is I'm going. Anyway, sorry, I'm losing my mind. I've wanted to try Vegemite my entire life, and I really hope I don't hate it. People are upset that Cracker Barrel has a new logo. No, they're not, because they changed it back immediately. They changed it back instantaneously, which is so funny because how many times have we all bitched and moaned about a company changing its logo? But the minute Cracker Barrel got rid of the cracker and his barrel, suddenly the world was on fire to such a degree that they backed up and went, oh shit, we're so sorry guys, we did not realize you missed our cracker so much. Which, funny as hell, this ain't corporate minimalism, and sure as ain't wokeification. This here's just 100% pure late-stage capitalism. See, there you go. Perfect. Thank God there was an immediate example of what they're planning on doing to the interior. They backed down on the logo, but I have not heard anything about them backing down on this interior redesign. Video games are corrupting the youth. Yeah. I mean, no, I'm not agreeing with the sentiment. Video games are not corrupting the fucking youth. It's never been video games. Stop looking for a scapegoat in art to blame what you know the problem. What you know what the problem is. You really do. Stop blaming it on other shit that you don't like. We're not going to blame it on video games so that you can control art and tell us what we can and cannot buy with our own money. We know what's going on, you son of a bitch. But yeah, gambling is a different addiction entirely, though. It's a whole different ballgame. You can get addicted to just about anything, right? You can get addicted to games, for sure. But gambling breaks your brain, dude. And I will never do it, ever. I think the most I would ever do, if I ever found myself in, say, Vegas, which the place sounds disgusting, I have absolutely no want to go to a monument to man's arrogance on planet Earth. But if I did find myself there, I'd take a nickel or a quarter or whatever the hell it is, pull that lever one time, and then never set foot in that building again. That's all they're ever gonna get from me, man. That's all they should ever get from you. Actually, you know, the best amount of money for any casino to get from you is $0. Just remember that. We care about you here at EmKay, and we don't support gambling. Single, married, 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, divorced. Damn, okay. No, I mean, all right. After all that, 3 kids. She could still make those look fire. That's awesome, though. Clearly, she deserves the win, though. If this is the timeline, what's the chubby hubby gonna do, huh? Nothing. That's right, because he's the ex-chubby hubby. Uh-huh. Hey, everyone, Taylor Swift got engaged. See? Nobody cares. Oh, okay. All right, hold on a second here. You know exactly what I'm doing, right? You know what I'm doing, right? I don't care that Taylor Swift got engaged. Me and Taylor aren't really that tight, you know what I mean? We're not buddies. We've never conversed. I doubt we're ever gonna share a beer. Lord knows Travis and I aren't going to. I'm never gonna know them, right? I don't care. I know the majority of you probably don't. But let's not sit here and pretend like her engagement announcement on Instagram didn't get 35 million likes. Let's not sit here and pretend that nobody gives a shit. All right, now, come on. You know you're being obtuse. You know you are. You're not cool because you don't like Taylor Swift. None of us are. You're only cool if you like Taylor Swift. 4chan refused to comply with the UK's Online Safety Act and won't pay fines. So it did come back. I'm going to be honest with you. I was not keeping up on 4chan and what happened to them. Okay, yeah, fully back. Great. I don't know if I should care or not. But of course they weren't going to. What are they going to do about it? Your name's not on our list. Of course not, because I don't belong here. I'm a Dubai propagandist. White Sox test in Dubai. Dubai has the cleanest streets in the world. Oh, for God's sake, dude. Whatever. Wow. The entire global financial system. Excel. Dude, I feel like the amount of stuff that is run on 20, 30, 40-year-old programs that, one wrong thing happens and we all collapse for like a year straight while we scramble to fix it. The amount of stuff that is supported by random and more often than not, completely outdated, barely stable random is amazing. I think we would be flabbergasted by what is supporting everything we hold dear, all right? The Y2K thing was gonna be a problem. I'm pretty sure it was going to be a genuine, huge problem that people spent tireless work hours round the clock to fix before it became that problem. Right? It's funny to look back on now and go, people thought computers were gonna die and the world was gonna end? Yeah, they did. I mean, girls, why don't boys get our signs? Their signs, don't pull, push only. Don't push, pull only. Don't only push, pull, or pull, push. It's not just signals coming from girls. No one sends signals. I don't think that's a thing. I swear to God, I don't think that's a thing. In my entire little pitiful experience up until this point, it has been pretty clear when there is a green light because they say it. Okay? It's very much obvious. None of us should be beating around the bush. Don't do that. We're not here very long on Earth. So just say it, man. Life is way too short for you to be worried about someone going, I don't think of you that way. And you know what? I'll say it. Life is probably too short for you to be worried about someone going, ew, you're a stupid piece of shit. I don't like you. Seriously, just do it, right? In a week, won't even remember them. Okay, obviously that's not true, but still, you should live your life, damn it. Me, son of a cocksucking piece of shit face. My toddler in the back seat. Of course they're gonna note that. What do you think? My girlfriend happily telling me she's pregnant, me feeling sad because I know how it feels like to grow up without a dad. Oh, I get it, because you're gonna leave. That's right, you're gonna be like your dad and go out to get milk that you're never gonna bring home, you piece of garbage. Hope you get hit by a truck on the way out, big boy. Look, let's be serious for a minute. You better not go anywhere, you worthless pile of shit. Would you still want the list released if Obama was in it? Yes, I want everyone on that list to face justice. Yeah, I don't pick favorites. I'm not a fan of any politician. To me, they're all liars inherently and never prove themselves to be anything more than money-grubbing piles of shit. Sometimes a few will come through and seem like they're going to be okay, and then they get bait and switched when they, get the first whiff of lobbying, right? So no, I'm not a fan of any of them. I don't like any of them at all. If they performed horrific, disgusting acts, they should be facing justice for those disgusting, horrific acts. It's that simple. And it genuinely is simple. Oh no, Obama was on it? Yeah, I'd be pretty disappointed, but off with you, dog. Like, why would I give a shit? Her, you're the first one I brought over. The dog. Why does the dog care? Why would the dog give a shit? No, ask yourself this question in earnest for just a moment. I don't think the dog cares, man. I really don't. Contract workers when they get sick. Freelancers when they get sick. Contracts sure would be great. The beauty industry. For men, this can be used as shampoo, body wash, face wash, lotion, mouthwash, toothpaste, engine degreaser, spackle, or sunscreen. For women, we've specifically formulated this moisturizer for your left elbow. See, this is where I have that argument about facial moisturizer versus others. Like, I have never been more annoyed if I tell a woman, or hell, any dudes that do lots of good skincare, that I don't do it anymore, obviously, but I used to just use body lotion everywhere, face included, and people would go, no, you can't do that! And I would ask why, and none of them would ever tell me. It was like a gate-kept secret. Like, nah, dog, I'm just saving like $20 a month extra by not buying the expensive bottle of goo for my face, I guess. I don't know, man. It just seems weird to me. No one has explained it to me yet. He says he has a corner office with it. Yeah, okay, bus driver. Why does school teach calculus and essay writing instead of taxes? Everyone in STEM, social sciences, business, accounting, economics, and trades. Growing up with siblings, I don't even have to explain what's going on here. All right, so here's a funny story for you. I just spent like 5 minutes, okay, it wasn't 5 minutes, it was more like 30, 45 seconds, talking about what this actually is, right? Saying, hey, look, you're gonna need to admit that you need to explain this one. There's a lot of people that are too young to understand what this remote is doing in order to do its job, you know? And for some strange reason, my dumbass was saying it was RFID. It is not. That would be IR, right? That would be IR receivers. You're a Hagrid. I'm a what? A Hagrid. And a Temu version at that. I have been very confused as to why this is... Oh, you know what? No. I had a guess. This is one of my little conspiracy theories about why they are doing this HBO remake of Harry Potter. I am, in my own heart of hearts, in my own mind, I am certain that J.K. Rowling is doing it so that she can distance Harry Potter from all of the people that no longer support her or like her or want to be involved with her transphobic piece of shit self. She probably got her feelings hurt when even Danny Boy was like, dog, I don't support your views at all. Sorry about that. And she probably thought, well, I could make $1 billion more if I sell this series because everyone still wants it. What if HBO wanted to make a show? Oh, cool. Now I can just recast everybody and start fresh. That's my little conspiracy theory about the whole thing. I have slept with 2 former presidents, I speak 4 languages, and I own 2 mayonnaise. Sometimes I manage to sleep for 14 consecutive hours. Ooh, look at you! I'd really like to hear the reasoning behind women who won't take their husband's last name, because my last name is best. Funny comment on YouTube. They edit the comment to thank for likes. Yeah, no one cares, dog. You didn't win the Oscar, you just had a funny comment, man. While everyone is exposing celebrities, I think it's time we have a conversation. I have heard all kinds of weird shit about Oprah, but I'm not qualified to talk on it at all. This is EmKay, baby! A company IT specialist watching as an HR woman inserted a folder of confidential data into a Chinese AI. Height does matter, true. I rejected a guy who was 5'7". What are you talking about? You're 5'4" yourself. Is this true? OMG, that cop lady slept with 5 co-workers. Nurses everywhere. 14 nurses from same hospital got pregnant at the same time. Was it from the same guy or... Me and my coworkers walking into HR because the joke we made was so funny they wanted to hear it in person. That's right. Hey, remember folks, polite reminder for you, HR is not there to protect you or your coworkers. All right. Don't eat foods with ingredients you can't pronounce. Chemists. Huh? Her. He's probably thinking about other women. Him. I wonder what is the female version of don't stick your in crazy. Let's think about that for a minute. Don't take that from crazy. I mean, it's a little... We could probably workshop that, but I think that's a good starting point. 10th surgery. No one can figure out what's wrong. Are these even remotely, like, the same image? I'm sorry, but, like, she looks like she's coming at a different perspective. Look at the wall and stuff. This is weird. I love my air fryer so much. They're just so amazing. Everyone should get one. Normal people. Remember, it's just an oven with a fan. Everyone else outside of the United States has had these things for 1.5 trillion years. Is it convection oven? Is that what we're talking about? I don't... You just had to brand it as a fryer to make Americans go, ooh! Life before 2020? Life after 2020? I don't know what world you were living in, dog, but no, life before 2020 was not Smiley Hank, brother. A 29-year-old woman pretended to be a nurse for 7 months and treated over 4,000 patients and only got caught after she was offered a promotion. I mean, like, what was her record? Did anybody ever get hurt? Or did she do a good job? How I feel after looking at my joke in the group chat after it gets 5 whatever reactions? Well, good for you. My nose every night. Get yourself an air purifier, friend. That could help. My nose still gets a little stuffy sometimes, but it's okay. It's a little better for the most part. In case you think you're working under pressure, holy crap. How long ago was this? He wasn't 7 million pounds. I'm sorry. Look, it's Kim Jong-un. I'm gonna make fun of him being a fat, stupid pile of shit. But no, seriously, how long... Was this edited? Was he ever that skinny? No joke. Parents, when they find out public schools encourage their kids to drink something called dihydrogen monoxide, that has a pH level of 7. Stomach acid is only 2. Me, stop barking or you end up as your... Oh, or end up as your brother. I see. When someone says chat GPT it instead of Google it, I'm gonna start saying duck, duck, go it. That's awful. That's so bad. It's all so terrible. If anybody ever tells me to unironically chat GPT anything, I'm probably going to eat their left leg off right then and there. American tourist, European pickpocketer. I guess because like American tourists are, we know we're gonna get pickpocketed, so I've always wanted to have a decoy wallet that just has a note in it that says F you or something, and just let someone take it, right? Whereas my real wallet is not a wallet. I have taped every individual card to my chest. You have no idea. Me seeing the crackhead that stole my wallet get beat into a coma by the police. When the food truck guy tells me it'll be $39.63 for 3 small-ass tacos, yeah, but then you take a bite and you're like, oh my god, I get it. In World War Z, Israel welcomes Palestinians to their country. This is why the movie is classified as fiction. I have really got to rewatch World War Z because every single day I'm learning something new about it. I remember them going to Israel for some reason, but what? Since when did that happen in the movie? Calling store. Hi, I'm the AI assistant. Connect real person. Dude, it sucks because it doesn't listen. The AI assistant is not an AI assistant. It is not listening to you. It can't even remotely pretend to comprehend what you're saying like the other chatbots do. It will ignore you 99% of the time. Hi, can I buy you a drink? Sure! She's not interested. Thank you, Jupiter, for keeping Earth safe. How it feels like trying not to look at women in the gym? No, it doesn't feel like that at all, actually. You just need to not ogle people in the gym. That's not hard, by the way. That's really not difficult, actually. And hey, remember what you're supposed to do to your eyes if you just can't keep them to yourself. You're supposed to pluck them out of your head. If you just can't seem to manage it, no eyes for you, buddy. When you weren't going to raise the rent of the single mother, but her newborn came out 11 pounds, 25 inches? What? Did you know sand is the 3rd biggest illegal market after drugs and falsified items? Why? Just panicked a bit when I glanced up at what my kid was watching on TV. Ah, yes, because it's a taxi. Come on. Chrome replacement. Let's see. Chromium. Yeah, I mean, you have like 2 options or something for browsers, right? It's Chromium-based or it's Firefox. Which one are you gonna take? Which road are you gonna take? I use Firefox because at least on Firefox, I don't have to use ad blocker, which allows companies to pay them money to let their ads through the ad blocker. I get to use uBlock Origin, which actually works. You're in your 30s and you still watch cartoons? You people will put an age limit on everything except being stupid. We feel ya, Emily. Yeah. How the group gonna look at Bonnie Blue's kid if he ever cracks a smile while someone else is getting roasted? Don't know what that means. Stop screaming every time I leave the room. Stop dematerializing like a coward. Teachers in late 2022, when the class idiots suddenly start writing the best essays in the class. I was pretty okay at essays. Girls seeing the guy they rejected 72 times post a picture of him and his new girlfriend. The bank. On a $500,000 home, a 20% down payment is $100,000, leaving a $400,000 loan at 6.5%. Like it would be that low. That's about $3,200 a month with utilities. I don't know where you're getting with utilities. How'd you calculate that? Meaning you'd need at least $137,000 in annual pre-tax income to afford it. Any questions? People who make $45K a year. Yeah, you need that much, and if you're getting a mortgage and you're getting the standard 30-year rate, because let's be honest, if you go with a 15-year mortgage, that $3,200 is suddenly $6,000, right? So you're not gonna do that, okay? You're gonna be taking the 30-year. You better be confident as going forward that you're gonna have that $137K minimum for the next 30 years straight. And that's not even accounting for how much money you're gonna need to save for when you're old and you need help and you can't walk anymore. How Redditors feel after downvoting a comment without reading it, just because it was already downvoted. You spilled a strong base on your skin. You don't feel pain. You don't feel pain when you're finally making good progress at the gym, but the job you applied for actually hires you. Live every day like you're, oh my god, the Tom Cruise thing, Jesus Christ. This won't end well. I don't care. Side boob is best, inner or outer. Update and shut down. Update and restart. Thank you for finally talking about this. Investing $100 million in a movie. Sell the rights to Netflix for $20 million, thinking it'll fade into obscurity. It becomes the 2nd most watched film of all time on Netflix and remains in Netflix top 10 movies list for weeks. Its songs are topping the charts, and sing-alongs in movie theaters are selling out everywhere. Yeah, the K-pop Demon Hunters I'm assuming you're talking about. Fantastic movie, you guys need to give it a watch, and if you really want to support it, please go see it in a theater. Honestly, it's way more meaningful and it'll be way more fun for you. They do have non-sing-along versions in movie theaters. I'm pretty sure. Great movie, all right? I used to get Stephen Hawking and Tony Hawk confused. What the hell? Understandable. They both loved ramps.